Hey, buddy. All good? It's race week. That's right, friends, it's race week. Let's do it. I'm so excited. For Sunday, I will be running the Nike Melbourne Marathon with, yeah, I guess a little preparation behind me. I did actually run a marathon about 5 weeks ago and a half marathon about 2 weeks ago. So I guess I'm prepared. This isn't, you know, the best way to go into a marathon, really. I'm kind of tapering. My legs are feeling kind of ready, but yeah, you know what? I'm just going out there to have fun and to give it a good crack. And this video will document my race week prep leading up to Sunday's race. So, as of today, Monday morning, I am full of inspiration, ambition, and just all-time high motivation after watching Eliud Kipchoge smash the Berlin Marathon record yesterday, setting a new world record. What an amazing feat it was to watch. Oh man, I watched every second of it and just smiling the whole way, just seeing Eliud just absolutely kill it. I was watching the splits, and for those of you that tracked the splits in real time, you would have seen that as he went through 5k, 10k, 15k, it looked as if he was going to dip under the 2-hour mark for the marathon, which would have been unbelievable. But yeah, he went just over 2 hours and 1 minute, so it was incredible to watch. So fascinating. And yeah, I think I can speak for all marathon runners out there, but almost for every runner for that matter, that was truly inspirational. You can't take anything away from Eliud's performance there. And when he says that no human is limited, I think that I really believe it, because he, you know, just goes to show that there are infinite possibilities, you know, when it comes to what we can achieve physically and mentally. Absolute inspiration. But as I said, it's Monday this morning. It's rainy here in South Australia, and quite honestly, I'm pleased it's a rest day for me because it's rather chilly. Yesterday I got a great session in. It was a 16k marathon pace session, so 2k warm up with strides at around the 450 per kilometre pace, followed by 16k at around goal marathon pace, which for me, I would like to aim for about 4:12 km for Melbourne, which will put me in somewhere around 256, 257, I believe. So that'll be a big PB for me. Who knows what my legs will have come Sunday morning, but I ran that 16k hovering around that 4:12 pace. I did a few k a little bit quicker, a few a little bit slower, but all in all felt really good. I followed that session up with just a 2k warm down, and my legs felt really strong, and it was my first time out in the Nike Alphafly 2 and they felt absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what it is different about this shoe in particular, but compared to the Alphafly 1 anyway, I do just feel that these guys are way more stable. I get a lot more energy return from each stride, and also I'm not sure if this is just me, but I do feel like it's easier to keep up a high cadence with this shoe. I did feel with the Alphafly 1 that there was almost so much bounce that I didn't feel, you know, of course I didn't feel stable as I've mentioned before, but I didn't feel like I had the turnover, you know, or the ability to turn over my feet as quickly, you know, to keep up that good cadence, which for me I like to aim for about 180 steps per minute. But in this new Alphafly 2, I feel a lot more able to keep up that high cadence. God, I'm getting rain on the lens. But yeah, Alphafly 2 felt absolutely great on feet. And it was also my first time using Morton gels yesterday. So at 6k, I took on a Morton Gel 100. And after biting open the packet, squeezing a bit of the gel into my mouth, I was taken aback by the consistency, which was jelly, really bizarre that, you know, entered my mouth along with absolutely no taste. It was so strange. Like, just imagine, you know, waiting for liquid, really, like a fruity liquid is sort of the experience I've had with gels in the past, but instead this gel was just straight up plain bland jelly. Very strange. But after taking on the gel, whether it was placebo or not, 60 to 90 seconds after, I just felt a big rush of energy. I felt a boost, so that was really nice. And then perhaps less placebo in the few Ks after, I did just feel just a general sense of energy, hydration. I just felt really strong, and my legs just felt like they had a lot more to give, which is my experience of gels in the past. Less of that sort of instant, I guess, reassurance from the gel that you've taken something in. I haven't had that so much in the past, so that was quite a nice feeling to have that almost like sudden boost of energy straight after taking on the gel. But then at 11 or 12k, I took on one of the Morton caffeine gels. This one had a little bit of taste. I couldn't really put my finger on what it tasted like, but the same consistency. And again, I did feel a rush straight after taking on the gel. And then, yeah, the rest of the workout was easy. So, you know, the Morton gels, of course, they're expensive here in Australia. I think they're about $5 a pop, which is probably just under £3 in the UK. But that is expensive for a gel. You know, some of the, I guess, competitors like Science and Sport, I believe I was paying about £1.80 in the UK, which is probably just over $3 here in Australia. And of course, there's loads of other cheaper gel options. I do think that the Morton gels are above the rest. I did really like the experience I had yesterday with them. No stomach pains whatsoever, so I do believe going into Sunday's race that packing up my pockets full of Morton gels is going to be a good move, and fingers crossed no more stomach issues with my marathon experiences, because one was enough for me. The Adelaide Marathon running with a full bowel wasn't good. I don't want that to happen again, so fingers crossed Morton will, you know, pave the way for a happy bowel this time around, shall we say. But as today's Monday and it's my rest day, I'm just taking on a really nice day of relaxation, stretching, keeping up the hydration, and I'm not really gonna focus too much on tapering this week. I'm just following a light plan from my coach Tony at Tony Smith Running Club. Again, links below. But just following a plan from Tony just to get the legs somewhat in order ahead of Sunday's race. And yeah, mostly just focusing on getting in good carbs this week, getting in the sweet potato, brown rice, making sure that the energy levels are up, whilst also, you know, keeping my immune system top notch, taking a lot of vitamin C this week, keeping up the fruits. I don't want to get sick just before a race day, so really taking care of everything nutrition wise and getting some good rest. I believe tomorrow's session is a marathon pace session, so just something small, but yeah, that's for me to talk about tomorrow. But this has been Monday, guys. See you tomorrow. Okay, and it is Tuesday today. The sun is shining and this session is done. The session today was a speed / shakeout session ahead of Sunday's big day, but today was at marathon pace, just 4k after a 2k warm up and a 2k warm down. But yeah, nice 4k in the bag today at marathon pace. I was hovering around a 4:10 average over the session. I think my slowest rep was a 4:14 kilometer and my fastest was a 4:08. But yeah, that felt really good. I was rocking the Alpha Fly 2s today, my marathon shoe choice, of course. They felt great once again, even though the entire session was into headwind. The legs felt really strong working at that, or I guess slightly above marathon pace. Haven't decided what pace I'm going to be setting off at just yet, even though I'm not going out with necessarily a target. I'm still really excited to push myself to walk away with that real feeling of, well, number one, achievement, fulfillment, but mostly exhaustion, because there's a weird masochistic part of me that just can't wait to not be able to walk again for 3 days. I don't know what it is about us marathon runners, but it's a weird thing we like. Let me know down in the comments if you feel the same. So I guess there's not much left to do this week other than just to get a few easy sessions in and yeah, take a nice big rest and enjoy some of this sunshine while it's out, I think. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, maybe Thursday, let's see. And hello friends, it is Wednesday today, only a few days to go now until the big one, and just 2 days to go until we fly out to Melbourne. It'll be my first time visiting the city, so I am incredibly pumped for Friday, for our flight into town, and I'm super excited to be meeting up with my coach Tony and the team at the Tony Smith Run Club on Saturday morning for the Albert Park Run. Those of you that are fans of F1 like me will know that the Albert Park is the home of the Australian Grand Prix. So yeah, I'm really excited to run around the track during Park Run, and we're also running around the track on race day on Sunday, so that's going to be super exciting. But just finish up a nice easy shakeout this morning. I've got 8k in the bag, just at a nice sort of recovery pace around the 5-minute K. Let's have a look on the watch. So 8k in total, average pace of 4:59, just under 40 minutes on the watch. But yeah, feeling really strong this morning. It is Thursday today, and I've just got the last marathon pace session done, which means that the training for the Melbourne Marathon 2022 is officially done. As you all know, the training for this marathon really has just been a 2-week taper, as it was quite a last minute entry. But yeah, still the same. I feel just as pumped, excited and nervous as I have for my previous 2 marathons this year. So I guess that's a good sign of things to come. That session that I just did went really well. It was just a 3k at marathon pace with a nice warm up and warm down at either end. I think the splits were a 4:10 kilometre, 4:06, and then I think the last was a 4:09, maybe 4:10. But yeah, that's somewhere in the ballpark that I think I'll be aiming for on Sunday. If the legs are feeling good Sunday morning, I would like to go off at a 4:10 kilometre, coming through halfway in about 1:28. And then I'd like to run a negative split, so I might pick up the pace to a 4:06 kilometre in the final half, you know, aiming for a bit more of a 1:25, 1:26 second half, which will bring me in comfortably around 2:56, 2:57. Now this might be optimistic, I might be shooting way ahead of the gun here. I really don't know what state my legs are in right now, having, you know, not put in a proper block for this marathon. The only training that I've got is off the back of my last 2 half marathons, last marathon that I've done in the last 6 weeks. So I have no idea how my legs are going to fare. If anything, this might just be an amazing discovery that it isn't possible to do this. My legs are just too damn tired. Or maybe it's going to work for the best and there's a big PB in store for me. For those of you that haven't entered the giveaway in my last video, I'm just going to link the video above. I'm not sure which side it will be on. But yeah, that video linked above outlines the description of my giveaway. Please do comment on that video, or feel free to comment on this video your guess for my time, my finishing time for the Melbourne Marathon. A correct guess will reward you with a prize. Depending on how close the guesses are, I may give away 2 prizes, but it's just going to be a very small but mysterious gift from yours truly here in South Australia. As I said, all the details, sorry, can be found in the previous video for that giveaway, but please do feel free to leave your guesses down below. However, I would recommend checking out the guesses in the last video just to make sure you haven't guessed the exact same time as someone else. But I guess that is a wrap for part 1 of the Melbourne Marathon Race Week series. This has just been a breakdown of my race week prep. In the next video, I will be covering the last minute build up for the marathon, as well as my you know, first sort of exploration in Melbourne. We'll be arriving in the city tomorrow, and of course race day itself. There may be a separate video with the race recap, or it may be in part 2. But with all that being said, guys, I'm gonna get my head in the game and get ready for the big day. I'm feeling great, I really am. I'm very, very excited. But yeah, that is a wrap for part 1. Find gratitude, find peace, and I will see you all on the other side. Peace, guys.